nobody dreams of misery and horrible things that are going to happen to them. It's normal. And that's normal. And I doubt that anybody in this room has not had those dreams. Everybody does. So, at your age, or up to the age where people dream big, before realizing that, you see, as you get older, basically, the dreams get less and less. Why? Because you face reality, and they're not happening. I'm not going to sit down now and dream of becoming a world-famous scientist when at the age of 40 or 50 and you don't even know science. Okay, so that's one dream out, you know. As you get older, unfortunately, those dreams get shorter and less, and you become more realistic and accept, basically, your situation. Why is it that you dream of becoming a lot more than I could possibly think of dreaming of becoming? Or your teachers. I believe me, you think of things that I wish, and your teacher would never say that. Because it's a bit late. Some of the things you wish for, when you're my age or the age of your teachers, they wouldn't even possibly think that, because as they think about it, they laugh and say, oh, there's no way it's going to be that. It's far too late. Why? Those 2 billion people like you are dreaming, the dreams remain dreams, and then they get fainter and fainter, and then they become obsolete. The reason is quite simple. Because they remain dreams. The dreams don't happen. They're called dreams. They happen only if you get up and do something about it. If you dream of having your own company, or you dream of becoming a famous footballer, you wake up the next morning and you have not sat down and thought, okay, how am I going to do that? If you don't say, how am I going to do that? If you don't say that, the next day you think about it, you still a dream. I'm going to be a famous footballer. I'm going to have my own famous company and become really a billionaire. And the morning after that, if you don't do anything about it, it will remain a dream. And suddenly you're 40, and you stop saying that. Actually, a footballer by the age of 30, you start laughing at yourself, and you stop dreaming that. So unless you get up and do something about it, it's not going to happen. Some are going to wake up in the morning and say, how am I going to do it? Alright, I want to have my own company. I want my own business. It could be an engineering firm, it could be a stock market firm, it could be estate agents, it could be any normal trade business. I'm going to go, first of all, find a really good ranked university to go to and study this field. Great. But if you're just going to say that and do nothing about it, you're not going to get to university. So I'm going to go, and at your age, it's getting late now actually. If you're dreaming of having your own company and being famous and rich, believe me, it's getting a bit late if you haven't started doing something about it. And I'll tell you why. So I think, okay, do that, and then it means I have to do this, I have to get those grades, I have to make sure that I have enough money to go to this university, and if I don't go to university, which other university I can afford to go to, and so forth. And you start planning for it. And then you go to university. If it's still, you know how many people actually have the same dream as you and go to university? Okay, it's not 2 billion now, but maybe 1 billion. Are you all going to make it? No. And I want to do my own business in the other trades. I want to sell and buy things. From now, I'm going to sit down and think, what are the things that are selling today and why? And then learn and read about it. Because believe me, history, they keep saying history repeats itself, and business is the same thing. I'll give you an example. During war, what happens? Civil war, no electricity. Do people sit in the dark? No. What do? Buy generators. Aha. So if there's a war in the future in some country, I'm going to go into that country and import lots of generators and sell it to people and make it. If you're not learning, there's somebody who has learned this piece of information, and when a war happens in some country, he's going to go there and he's going to become a billionaire while you're sitting thinking, what do I do? Competition is tough. You can't learn things later. You need to learn now. A new country with 1 billion or 1.5 billion people suddenly becoming rich. China. I'm sure Many people sitting here, their parents are trading with China now. What's happening in China? Do you know? What are people, some of the people who had absolutely nothing, now they have money, what are they buying? I know now you can't do anything about it, but if you learn what they're buying, in so many years' time, when another country suddenly rises up, you know exactly what happened in China, and you know what makes money in China, and you go and do it and make money. And so on and so on. So I'm saying is, it's not a matter of just sit here and I want to be famous and do absolutely nothing. No, you need to plan how you're going to go to university, when you get to university what you're going to do, and how you're going to learn to be the best. How you're going to learn to be the best. Even when that happens, are you all going to make it? No. You could plan to go to university. Start from now. Start thinking seriously. Learn about life, what's happening around you. This is wealth of information no one is going to give you. If you don't know what's happening in China now, when you go to university, no one's going to tell you. It's gone. This is valuable information that you've lost.